Joe Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. So, I had canceled my Retro Beachhead, Retro Eel, and Retro Snow Serpent because there's just too much stuff coming out, and I thought, you know what, I'll come back around to those later on. I've really got to mind my budget a little more than I've been doing lately because July is huge. August is huge because Operation Monster Force is hitting. And plus, whatever comes out at Comic-Con and then Dragon Con's right around the corner, it's getting really expensive. To the point where I'm not even positive I'm going to have it in my budget to back the Rattler. Assuming it is the Rattler. I mean, I think we all know now. But then I saw Beachhead starting to ship, and I looked at my old drab Beachhead on the shelf, and I just couldn't abide a Beachhead that I preferred being out there and not having it. So I ordered a Beachhead. GameStop had a buy one get one 40% off sale, so I ordered a Beachhead and a few other things. So let's open him up and check him out, and you can tell immediately this is, in my opinion, a more toyetic and satisfying figure than the Cobra Island Beachhead. Card art looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of these. I would love to have a mint on card collection, but it's just not reasonable. At these prices and the storage space that it would take to keep them, I just can't do it. I can't justify it. He's got a massive file card on the back. Now, what I find interesting, if you follow the G.I. Joe account, the official G.I. Joe account on Instagram, they have been posting file cards lately. But for characters that, like Metalhead, they did one for. So pretty cool that they're getting those out there. All right, let's open this guy up. I don't remember what the best way was to open these. And I will note, I don't care about this card. I'm not going to keep this card. I have no reason to keep this card. So don't at me about, oh, you really tore that card up. I don't care. All right. Okay, now I kind of want you to say it because it'll be funny. All right. I think my drab Beachhead is pretty complete. I don't think I bagged anything but his beret. So accessory-wise, we'll have a little comparison there. I don't know how I feel about him, this one having the green weapons. Oh gosh, these... I've done 3 reviews in a row. So to me, it's getting really old to say these plastic trays are far too rigid. But hopefully you guys are watching these a day or so apart, and you're not as sick of hearing it as I am of saying it. But these trays are way too rigid. Although I haven't broken anything yet, so, you know, maybe not. Gosh, the knives look really good. I want to take a closer look at those because the paint on these seems a little better to me. All right, we've got the stand that I am not going to use. I should probably do a giveaway for those or something. He has got, look at that. Oh, I just love this particular. All right, let's sweep all the accessories to the side and take a look at the figure, which I don't believe has any different tooling from the original. Man, that strap's a little snug there. Little Wayne's going to have some trouble walking around. You get chafed. Pull that down just a little bit. Get those in a little better location. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, well, we're going to leave them where they are for now. I'll mess with that later after I heat them up or something. So, there's the new one. There's the Cobra Island one. And my gosh, the difference is wonderful. And you know, somehow I did not realize, oh, no, he's got completely different gear going on here. So he's got the proper vest, which this one does not have. I wish he still had the Joe Pro, but I know a lot of people don't agree with me on that one. This is, at this point, this one almost looks so much not like Beachhead that it could be used as a different character. Now that this guy is going to be on the shelf. He's got the camo, nice high contrast between the green and the brown, which is what I always want with my camos. If you give me a drab camo, I'm just not going to be happy with it. I really should be doing a comparison with him in the original, shouldn't I? I would also like to point out while we're here that these are not retro figures. These are retro cardback figures. Some of them happen to be retro in that they very closely represent the original Real American Hero versions. But Hasbro has made it clear these are retro cardback figures. So there you go. I mean, what a match. I mean, this is what I wanted. I am not slavishly devoted to recreating the Real American Hero designs, but in some cases, they need to be closer than they have been. Look at the face. Even the face on that looks really good. All right. Now, there's one difference in that, for some reason, our new guy, which, let's test the joints a little bit. All right. All good. All feels not gummy. Everything's moving. Oh, yeah. Sturdy, solid. Everything's moving the way you want it to move. Very good. Very good. Okay. So there he is. That's Beachhead looking like I want Beachhead to look. For some reason, his submachine blaster is green. The whole thing, and they painted the magazine. Because his original one, as you can see, is gray. So sculpt-wise, this looks great, but they made it green for some reason. And I love the, you know, how it can break down and everything, but it should be gray, and maybe I'll paint it gray. I don't know. Backpack. Exactly what the backpack needs to be. Which they did get right on that Cobra Island version. Well, and look, I'm not calling the... It's funny that it's not that much bigger than the original one. That's kind of hilarious. I am not being so arrogant as to call the Cobra Island Beachhead wrong. I will just say it's not how I prefer Beachhead to look. But it is a take on Beachhead. It's an interpretation of Beachhead. And for that, it is fine. But it's just not as satisfying to me as this one is. Whereas there are other classified updates that I like more than the originals. It's all a matter of personal taste. And if your personal taste is I want every single one of them to be exactly like the Real American Hero stuff, then that's your taste, and that's okay. So he's got his little crossbow, which was represented on the original figure right there. And I do wish it could store... Oh, wait, it can store. That's right. Right? Doesn't it slide right in there? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, and this backpack fits better in this one because I just picked up the Cobra Island one and his backpack immediately fell off. So that pegs in a lot better on this one. So that's a nice touch. He's got his explosive satchel. Looks great. Familiar because I believe this is the exact same one that Snake Eyes, the Commando Snake Eyes has, which is fine. This is the kind of equipment sharing, weapon sharing, whatever you want to call it. There, it's going to have to go that way. That I don't mind at all because it absolutely makes sense that especially guys on the same team. There's no reason they wouldn't have the same Demolitions satchel. So there's that. We've got the 2 bladed weapons or knives, whatever. I think the paint's just a little bit, very, very, very slightly, not darker, thicker, better applied and tighter than it is on some of the other ones. So it just looks particularly good for him. Look at that. I love the way that comes up over the blade there. So one, we're going to put this one up here. And we're going to put this one down here. Cool. He has also got this, which I believe Stalker included this one as well. And again, I don't mind that reuse one bit. It makes sense for the characters. He's pretty loaded up, huh? This is a ranger who is good to go. If I can get that suppressor in where it's supposed to go. And that does not want to go in there. Alright, well, I have complete and total faith that once I... There we go. Okay. I was going to say, once I fiddle around with it, I'll be able to get it in there. But there it is. The Demolition Satchel is a little tough because it sticks out a little bit and makes the backpack not fit quite as well. That might take some fiddling with to get it to work quite right. Or maybe I just don't put it on him because it's not as important to me for the character. And then finally, he's also got the same 2 canister grenades that came with Snake Eyes. These don't have any tampos on them, but that's fine. That doesn't matter. That was a neat detail on Snake Eyes. Matter of fact, ooh, maybe I'll put these on Snake Eyes since they're all black, and I think will work a little bit better with him. And put the ones with the tampo on them on Beachhead. I believe I'm remembering that correctly, that Snake Eyes had some deco. So there are those, or maybe I won't use these at all for Beachhead because he doesn't necessarily need them. So, Retro Beachhead, giving me what I want out of Wayne R. Sneeden in the classified line, except I do wish, the only thing that I would change, I wish his weapon there was all gray. The green is not the best. And honestly, they could have just made the crossbow all gray as well, and that would have been fine by me, because, I mean, it's black on the original figure, so whatever. But overall, this is, I will call this an improvement for my personal taste. They've just done a really, really nice job with this one. It's going to look good on the shelf. The colors are great. This is what I wanted. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and until next time, yo, Joe!
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.